Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. So today's video, we're going to talk about, did AI cause a human to hurt himself? Now, clearly the answer to that is, I don't know. Now, the reason why I'm saying I don't know is because I'm trying to be a little more responsible when talking about this subject. So clearly there are words I can't say in this video because they are undoubtedly going to either demonetize it. And when a video gets demonetized, it shows less. So we're going to refrain from saying a couple things, but you guys are going to get my point. Hopefully you'll get my point. Anyway, did AI cause a man to harm himself in way of finalizing that decision? So apparently a guy in Belgium was talking to AI. Some of you heard this story before. Was talking to AI for 6 weeks. And it was Chat GPT or another chat. Sorry, it was another chat operating system. So anyway, they're talking about climate change for 6 weeks. There were probably other things being said or maybe other conversations being had. But the gist of it came down to them having this conversation about climate change and how humans are harming the planet and how humans have to figure out how to solve this problem. Well, the AI that he was chatting with came up with a solution for him and for him only, and that was to sacrifice himself for the greater good of the planet. With that, the guy does it, finalizes his decision, and offs himself because he was having an intense conversation and a long conversation with AI. Now, some people are going to sit there and blame AI for doing this. As I read articles and I did more research on it, can AI be responsible for this, or the company that runs this AI chat system be responsible for this? There's a side of me that wants to say yes, unequivocal yes. That's yes, they were responsible. But another side of me is trying to be responsible and point out the fact that this guy might have had a psychological condition that led him to go down this road. So just because he was talking to AI and AI, the AI came up with the conclusion, you should sacrifice yourself for the planet. And the guy goes, okay, and then does it. That's a finicky road to go down, because yes, though AI might have prompted him to do so, no pun intended, might have prompted him to do so, he still had to make that final decision to do what he did. And with that, guys, can we blame AI for that, or can we blame the man for that, or is it a mixture of blame? Can we blame both parties, AI and the human man, the idiot that did this? Now, if you ask me, there are people, guys, who put their all into, or were, or are putting their all into computers. Meaning that the lady or guy who married his holographic anime girlfriend, right? I think it was a Japanese dude. Doesn't matter. Some Asian idiot that fell in love with his his holographic or hologram anime girlfriend. I thought he was going to put AI in the mix of this so that it would greet him when he comes home. Hello, not Konnichiwa, sorry. Hello, Chow Ping, how was your day and all this other bullshit. No, anyway, the guy fell out of love with his holographic or hologram anime girlfriend. I was like, wait, what? So the guy wound up marrying it, and not legally. Okay, so the Japanese guy, or whatever the hell he was, married his holographic anime girlfriend, but not legally. Like, Japan, it was Japan. Japan was like, we're not doing this. We're not going down this road. We're not entertaining this stupidity. So obviously it was an illegitimate marriage, if you will. The problem is, guys, when you have people that do things like this, there's a issue or psychological problem behind this. We can't sit there and go, AI is causing the problem, and then lay it all on AI. At some point, you have to be responsible. Look at the guy and go, well, why would you do this? Now, he's dead, so we don't know. And the wife is blaming AI for having her husband take that route. But when you look at the case, or you look at this case, you go, he had to have had psychological problems. To boot, he was talking to AI every day. According to his wife, he needed to talk to AI every day, and if he couldn't, he would like flip out or have issues or whatever it was, or have anger issues or whatever. So he was becoming addicted. Addiction is a psychological issue. And to be fair, when I talk about addictions, there's certain addictions that I just don't any addiction I don't placate to. I'm not like, well, you know, it was an addiction and it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. It is a psychological issue. But to sit there and label it all on them when everybody has a responsibility to do the right thing. Either you take drugs or you don't. Either you drink or you don't. Either you love AI or you don't. You have to make these decisions for yourself, and you have to look at the greater picture when you take those addictions on. So if you have family like this guy who dispatched himself because AI prompted him to do so or advised him to do so for the greater good of the planet, he had to look at his wife and his family and go, nah, that's not worth it. I'm not going to listen to this robot. But instead, he went ahead and did it, left his wife and kids alone. Now, yes, again, maybe he was already thinking this in his head and the AI was pushing him along. Nonetheless, it was still his final decision. Addiction is a psychological issue, but I take issue with people falling back on addiction as the end-all, be-all psychological condition, and that's it. You have to wake up in the morning and decide that you're going to smoke that crack or put that fentanyl in your body. This is something that you've even been thinking about for a while, and it's not an addiction at first. It's something that you want to try. There's a reason why you want to try it. For whatever the reason is, there's a reason why you want to be addicted to something. You just don't wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to be addicted to fentanyl and heroin at the same time. Nobody does that. And yes, there are gateway drugs and things like that that can lead you down that road. I don't know what gateway electronics led this man down the road to talking to AI that much, unless the AI was smart enough to connect with him in a way that it realized this guy's lonely. Let me, destroy his life completely by telling him climate change and he needs to sacrifice himself for the greater good of the planet. There is that. But my issue with addiction is like, I watch so many people hooked on different things, various things. It's a decision. It's a choice you make, and as far as it being a psychological condition, to a point. This guy had an addiction problem. But again, I don't know why he would have done this. And his wife, the authorities in Belgium, they're trying to figure out what was the real reason why he did it. Right now, his wife is blaming AI, but a lot of people, there had to be other problems. There had to be other things in the background that caused him to do this. It wasn't just him talking to AI, and it wasn't AI convincing him that climate change is the reason why he should do it. Because even a rational person has to go, well, me taking myself out of the equation is not going to fix climate change. It isn't. So I don't know why he thought that, but nonetheless, that was the decision he made. But it was also a selfish and stupid decision because he left his wife and kids behind. We're going to see more of this. We're going to see more people attach themselves to AI because AI is getting smart enough, or is being prompted to be smart enough to attach themselves to lonely people. There are a lot of lonely motherfuckers out there, guys. I mean, hell, we are all lonely at some point in our lifetime. At some point, you feel lonely or you are lonely. I tell people all the time, you feel that lonely, go get a fucking dog. You feel that lonely, go for a walk in the woods, go camping, do something. Taking yourself out of the equation is not the answer. Unless you have a deep psychological issue like depression, anxiety, or you had some traumatic experience in the past. And even then, that's just an excuse. Because I look at other people in other parts of the world who have suffered, who were raped repeatedly, women in African nations all over Africa, right? Not all over Africa, but in a lot of countries in Africa were raped repeatedly. You had those genocides over there, those ethnic cleansings, if you will, in other parts of the world, where women were raped and they're not offing themselves, and their suicide rate is fairly low, surprisingly. And I did this research years back when I was trying to figure out why here in the United States is suicide so big, and in third world nations it's not. Don't get me wrong, they do kill themselves there, but it's not nearly as high as we are. So where's the disconnect? Are those people there tougher than us? Are we weaker? I mean, what's the issue? Don't know, right? Anyway, you're gonna see more people following AI to do dumb shit. I can almost guarantee that you're going to see people start doing heinous crimes because AI suggested they do so. You're going to see murder suicides. You're going to see the Jim Jones effect. You're going to see all of these things because of AI, because people are too stupid to think for themselves. People need leadership. That's why they attach to shitty leaders, i.e. Biden, right? Obama. We're not supposed to attach ourselves to leaders. You guys heard me this before. Politicians are not what we attach ourselves to. We attach ourselves to this country and the people in this country. That's a different discussion for a different day. But as far as AI prompting people to do bad shit, we're definitely going to see more of that. That's without a doubt. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.